Hi everyone, my name is Justine Martinez. This presentation is going to be on becoming a comparative psychologist. I'm going to be touching on some key points such as a description of what someone does in this career, including a description of a day in the life of a comparative psychologist, as well as explaining educational requirements and the necessary skills for this job. At the same token, describing the roadmap to this career in detail and providing you guys opportunities for growth and advancement in the career, as well as information about the salary and information about areas in the country where this career might be available. And lastly, my opinion on whether or not I would like to do this job. Thank you guys for attending my presentation. I hope you guys like it. So the first slide consists of what does a comparative psychologist do? They research and study in order to understand the ultimate basis of behavioral diversity of different animal groups. They study the following: communication, cognition, recognition, social and sensory systems. They also study the similarities and differences between animal species, which helps provide insight into human psychology. They also observe concepts such as heredity, adaptation, evolution, and mating behaviors, among others. So in this slide, I provide to you guys a video clip from YouTube called A Look at Comparative Psychology by Rachel Christiansen. She talks about why we study animals and her 3 common reasons she believes in. 1, curiosity. What makes humans different from animals? Why does my dog chase his or her tail or stare at me? Number 2, conservation and animal welfare. We're losing a lot of wildlife habitat and a lot of animals are going extinct. Therefore, a lot of zoos are very desperate to establish some captive breeding programs so that if animals do go extinct in the wild, at least there's some alive and living somewhere in the zoos. Therefore, they create breeding programs. And number 3, human medical advancement. Also, what comparative psychology is, and her definition was that she provided, was the study of behavior with the goal of discovering general principles that apply to all animals. She also answers questions such as how did the behavior evolve, why does the behavior exist, how did the behavior develop, and what causes the behavior. She also touches on key concepts such as mere self-recognition, perception, learning, and communication. To her, she mentions communication occurs when an animal intentionally provides information to a receiver that will benefit both parties. Lastly, some problems that may occur during the comparative psychology. Behavior is a result of experience and varies widely between individuals. Early environment affects brain development, as well as social animals raised in isolation may behave abnormally. So in this slide, I'm going to talk about a day in the life of a comparative psychologist. So the daily activities may consist of several things depending on the environment they're studying in. Routines such as designing experiments, gathering animal or human subjects, conducting the experiments, documenting observations, collating data, examining the evidence for a certain outcome, writing up and sharing their findings, as well as teaching students and attending seminars. So what does a work setting look like for a comparative psychologist? It can be one of several environments: private research labs with a team of other colleagues or psychologists, and natural habitats of animals such as zoos or jungles. Aquariums are often in universities, as well as independent practices. Their settings require access to research materials in order to study the behavior and cognition of animals groups. So in this slide, we're going to talk about the educational requirements. So first things first, you choose an undergraduate program, preferably in the psychology field. Then you'll need to enroll in specific courses such as biopsychology, evolutionary psychology, psychological research studies. Then after that, you must obtain and complete a bachelor's degree, preferably majoring in psychology as mentioned previously. Then you'll need to obtain a master's degree at an average GPA of 3.0 recommended. There are also graduate programs, depending where you apply, that focus specifically on comparative psychology, but research the undergraduate programs needed for the graduate school admission first things first. A little more on the educational requirements consist of internships, which may also be a vital aspect for this profession. They may last at least up to 8 weeks, and they focus on extensive research procedures. They also consist of interaction with various animals. It's more of a hands-on experience, which will then heighten your analytical skills in research. What are the necessary skills for this profession, you may wonder? So 1, understand the human and animal behavior, as well as the proficiency with the scientific method, also the ability to work well and communicate with colleagues, and the compassion and sympathy for animals. Not only those, but also good command of math and statistical methods, and last but not least, excellent written and oral communication skills. So you may be wondering, in what direction do you take? How do I go about this? So here I provide you with a roadmap to this career path based on the research I've done myself and a little advice of my own. So first thing is first, set your goals. It's always great to complete a mission based on a roadmap or a game plan of your goals to make sure your mission is complete to your fullest success. Step 1, apply for an undergraduate program for psychology. Step 2, enroll in adequate classes that are needed to succeed in the field. Step 3, complete all of the courses. Step 4, apply for a master's program in the field of the comparative psychology. Step 5, take higher level courses needed and complete them. Step 6, secure an internship in this field to gain experience to put on your resume. Step 7, research a potential job that you can get into straight out of college to put your knowledge to work. And step 8, stay persistent on your goals and make sure you are networking with another psychologist or other people to help you secure your career. On this slide, I'm going to talk about the opportunities for growth and advancement in this career. You can start by starting one's own practice, and once you get licensed and hold the title of being a psychologist, they can then conduct experiments, lead research studies, or even publish. Also, you can obtain a PhD for further career opportunities that a master's degree cannot withhold. Also, the higher the degree you go for, you can continue learning and enduring the new technology or techniques used to study animal behavior that is either new or has been more improved since the last time you studied. So information about salary. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, comparative psychologists earned on average a salary of $98,230 as of May of 2019. Other areas of this research earn, such as colleges, universities, and professional schools, $85,000, general medical and surgical hospitals, $92,560, federal government, $94,670, specialty hospitals, $92,610, and management, scientific, and technical consulting services, $115 and $360. So where is this career available at? Below I'm going to share with you a few different places and how much they make and what they are ranked as. First is Arizona at $54,000 and ranked 43rd. Then Illinois makes $75,000 and ranked 50th. Maine, $58,000 and ranked 35th. New Mexico, $57,000 and ranked 41st. Oregon, $63,000 and ranked 24th. Wisconsin, $58,000, same as Maine, however they are ranked 38th. All of which vary in average percentages of their salaries for job postings nationwide. Lastly, my opinion on this career. Would I like to do this job? Why or why not? My answer is yes, for several reasons. One is because I enjoy learning about animals and have such a big heart for them. I also find it very intriguing how every animal has their own unique characteristics or traits. I would also like to become more knowledgeable on animal behavior and the meaning behind it. As it is, I already find it very interesting to research and learn about the human mind and its abilities, so I can only imagine how much more interesting and intriguing it is to understand the animal behavior aspect and their abilities as well. I also think it would help me connect with more than one species. For example, I have a dog of my own, and I'm always so curious about the way he behaves or his triggers, and I think this career path is so great to understand more of my own life and what I go through experiencing with animals and animal of my own. Most of all, understanding the importance behind our evolutionary history.